Hi, welcome friends. Today we're going to watch an amazing Chinese fantasy film. Without wasting any time, let's dive into the movie. And to support our channel and motivate us, hit the like button. In the beginning, they show 3 kingdoms. The first is heaven, where the gods live. The second is the world, where normal people live. And the third is hell, where the demons reside and punish sinners in the underworld. As time goes by, the demons in hell begin to engage in evil deeds. They create a glowing stone, which grants them incredible power. The demons come to earth, kill people, and steal their souls, trapping them in the stone. Because of the stone's power, the king of hell plans to capture all 3 worlds, heaven, earth, and hell, and rule over them. To do this, he needs to perform a ritual on a specific day, which only occurs once every 1,000 years. That day is fast approaching. The gods are aware of this and prepare for the threat. The god calls upon a commander named Mingtao and tells him that the day the demons have been waiting for is near. He orders Mingtao to protect the people of the world. In the next scene, in a village, people are working on their farms when, suddenly, demons from hell appear. They kill the villagers and steal their souls. The demons return to hell with the souls, placing them into the glowing stone. Among these demons is our hero, Li. As they approach the entrance gate, giant demons are guarding the area. Li sneaks in and pretends to offer a soul to the stone, but instead, he steals it. No one notices this at first. Li makes his way through the gate, slipping between the giant demon's legs, but suddenly, a lizard demon senses something suspicious. She pulls off his hood and discovers that Li has stolen the glowing stone. The demons begin to chase him. Li runs, and the giant demon almost catches him. But the commander sent by the gods intervenes and saves him. He tells Li, "You did a good job." They both fly away and escape from hell. Meanwhile, the king of hell discovers the glowing stone is missing and asks his minions about it. The lizard demon says, "I didn't see him. Maybe it was a god." But the king of hell responds, "Gods can't enter hell. This must have been done by someone else." The lizard demon says, "I'll go find the stone." But the king stops her and assigns a snow girl, who has been frozen in the snow, to retrieve the stone. He releases her and sends her on her mission. In the next scene, Li, weakened by his journey to hell, receives a drink from the commander. After drinking it, Li regains his strength. Li has a sister who asks the commander not to disturb him as he's becoming weak. The commander replies, "Your brother has done something great by stealing the glowing stone. But the demons from hell won't stop. They will come for the stone. Your brother is the only one who can fight them. I'll train him, give him the skills and powers he needs. So don't worry, I'll take care of him." The commander takes Li to the top of a hill where a Buddha tree stands. Li looks like a beggar, but in the past, when he was an intern with the commander, he fought and killed many demons. Because of his skill, the commander chose him to take the stone. Though skilled, Li doesn't have the power to fight the demons. So, the commander spreads out a hand fan and uses his blood to transfer power to Li. With this, Li transforms into a giant demon. However, he struggles to control his new form and falls to the ground. The commander says, "Now you have the power, but you don't know how to control it. I'll train you." After that, Li becomes incredibly powerful and can break huge stones with a single smash. The transformation into the giant demon is triggered from deep within his soul. To help Li control his powers, the commander pushes him off a cliff. Li falls in his human form, but he transforms and quickly jumps back up as a giant demon. The commander then says, "You'll need a weapon while in demon form. You can use your own backbone." When Li touches his back, a weapon forms from his spine. He practices furiously with it. After that, the commander gives the glowing stone to a lion to keep it safe, and the lion takes it inside. And now, he began to speak to the people who were afraid of the demons. He said, "Don't be afraid. We now have the glowing stone, but the demons from hell will come to attack us. If we survive and fight for the next 5 days, it will all be over." He asked, "Are you ready to fight against these demons?" The people raised their fists and shouted, "We are ready to fight." Meanwhile, some beautiful girls entered the village for a dance program. The people stared at them with eagerness, but Li felt something suspicious. He guessed that the lizard demon had come in human form. When Li went to check, he turned to a girl and realized it was our heroine, the Snow Girl. Seeing her, Li was stunned because he already knew her. The Snow Girl said, "We are coming from the west for the dance program." Suddenly, Li grabbed her hand and asked, "Why is your hand so cold?" But she didn't answer and walked away. That night, as preparations for the drama were underway, Li approached the Snow Girl again and asked, "Why are you acting like you don't know me? Just a little beard has grown, but 3 years ago, we were lovers." The Snow Girl replied, "What do you mean we were lovers? Impossible. Just go away." She left, and Li was upset, feeling the weight of his lost love. In a flashback, 3 years ago, while Li was interning with the commander, he was studying inside when he sent someone outside. Assuming it was a demon, he slid outside with his sword to attack. However, he saw the Snow Girl floating beautifully in the air. His heart skipped a beat at the sight of her. She didn't say a word but turned and looked at him, and at that moment, Li fell in love with her. Afterward, he searched everywhere for her but couldn't find her, so he drew a picture of her, thinking he'd never see her again. But then, someone knocked on his door. It was the girl. Li was stunned. The girl asked, "There's a snowstorm outside. Can I stay here for just one night?" Li immediately let her inside, and they began to fall in love, eventually becoming lovers. One day, the Snow Girl asked, "Would you still love me if I were a demon?" Li replied, "Demons and humans should not be together. I will not love you if you were a demon." Heartbroken, the Snow Girl transformed into her snow demon form, ran away, and decided never to see him again. Because of this, she returned to hell and froze herself in the snow. Cut to the present. The girls who came with the Snow Girl started to attract the villagers with their dancing. Meanwhile, Li went to the Snow Girl's tent. She also unknowingly attracted him. At that moment, Li noticed a snow needle was about to come out of her eyes. He quickly placed his finger on her neck, freezing her in place. Now he knew the demons had come to take the stone. He rushed to the lion's temple and took the stone from its box. Meanwhile, a giant monster entered to take the stone, but the lion was already there to protect it. The lion attacked the giant monster furiously, and to this day, the people of China worship this lion as a god in their mythology. After regaining consciousness, the Snow Girl arrived at the temple. Li transformed into his demon form and appeared at the scene. Realizing that the stone was with the giant demon, the Snow Girl began to fight him. They didn't recognize each other in their demon forms and fought fiercely. Their powers seemed equal. At one point, the Snow Girl was about to kill Li by freezing him, but suddenly, the lizard demon appeared. She assumed the stone was in the box, and she took it. On the other side, Li unleashed his full demon form, spreading fire. The Snow Girl couldn't handle the heat and escaped. Afterward, Li reverted to his human form, smiled, and saw that they had only taken the box. "Fools," he muttered. The Snow Girl instructed the lizard demon to take the box to hell immediately, then returned to her tent, pretending to be frozen in the same position. Li came to the tent and released her. He was about to kill her, but his love stopped him. In hell, the lizard demon placed the box in front of the king of hell. They were shocked to find that there was only a normal stone inside the box. Frustrated, the king yelled at them and warned, "If you don't get the stone back, you will all die." Li gave the stone to his commander, who appreciated Li's efforts, saying, "The demons came to take the stone, but you saved it." The commander also revealed the true demon forms of the dancing girls, and they were about to kill them. Suddenly, the Snow Girl appeared from the crowd and transformed into her demon form to attack the commander. But the commander was so powerful that he easily defeated her. He turned to Li and said, "Kill her." Li took his sword, but once again his love stopped him and he cried and requested, "I can't kill her. Just leave her." The commander, unwilling to listen, threw a knife to kill her. Li intervened and the knife stabbed him. Meanwhile, the king of hell arrived at the scene with his full army, which seemed massive and powerful. The war began. Demons jumped over the security walls and entered the temple. The lion, which had been protecting the temple, fought the king of hell. But the king was so powerful that he defeated the lion and threw it aside. Seeing this, the commander engaged the king in battle. However, his powers weren't enough to stop the demon king, so he twisted the knife in Li's wound. This caused Li to transform into his demon form, and the commander gave Li more power. They resumed the fight. During the battle, Li managed to cut off one of the demon king's snake heads. Li then jumped into the water, and the demon king followed him. They fought underwater, but the demon king was really strong. He attacked Li and made him unconscious. He grabbed Li and was about to swim up to the surface. Meanwhile, Li woke up and, using all his strength, threw the demon king onto the shore. When the demon king got up, he noticed that one of his hands was missing. Li had cut it off. The demon king becomes weak and unable to fight back, so he returns to hell. The commander orders Li to kill him, but Li feels something different and lets the demon king go. After Li transforms back into his human form, the commander yells at him, saying he missed the best opportunity to kill the demon king. He warns Li, telling him not to make the same mistake again, and orders him to kill the snow demon before vanishing. Later, Li arrives at the underworld prison with his sword. The snow demon's hands and legs are shackled in iron chains, and she's being tortured. We expect Li to kill her, but instead, he releases her and takes her to safety. Meanwhile, the commander opens a glowing stone, and as he does, Li feels a strange pain, struggling to breathe. He becomes like a zombie, attacking the snow demon. But suddenly, a lizard demon attacks him with her tail and throws him away. The snow demon tells the lizard demon to stop, and the lizard demon explains she came to help Li. She hands him a medicine and says it's the same kind that the commander gave him. With trust, Li drinks it. She then reveals a shocking truth. Li is not human. He belongs to hell. If he wants to know more about his past, he can come with her to meet the king of hell. Confused, Li returns to his home, still unaware of his true identity. He meets his sister and a doctor who checks him out. Everyone is shocked to discover that Li has no pulse or heartbeat. He's a demon. In a flashback, Li recalls his past. He was born and raised in a village where only rich students could join the government job exams due to bribery. Despite being poor, Li was intelligent, but he wasn't selected. Instead, they chose the wealthy students. Unable to tolerate this injustice, Li exposed the bribery and corruption among the government officials. As a result, he was falsely accused and arrested for opposing the government. Li couldn't bear it, so he hit his head on a stone and died. His soul left his body, and now he remembers everything. After learning the truth, Li feels terrible. He then drinks the medicine the snow demon gave him, which restores his normal state. Li says, "Now I need to know what happened to me after I died. I have to go to hell and meet the king of hell." Together, they enter hell, where the king of hell punishes the snow demon for betraying hell by loving Li. Li is enraged and demands the truth about himself. The king of hell then reveals a shocking twist. After Li's death, his soul was taken to hell. The commander claimed Li's soul and put it back into his body, making him believe he was still alive. The commander erased his memories and trained him to retrieve the glowing stone. The king of hell explains that normal humans or gods cannot enter hell, but Li wasn't either. He belonged to hell. He easily entered hell and stole the glowing stone. Li can't believe it. He insists the commander was a good person, but the king of hell reveals the truth. Your commander wasn't a good person. He was evil. Frustrated, Li attacks the king of hell. Suddenly, a massive explosion occurs. The king of hell continues, explaining that stealing human souls and powering the glowing stone was all part of the commander's plan. The commander had come to the king of hell and suggested using human souls to power the stone, rather than hell's souls, which would take too long. Believing the commander, the king of hell agreed. However, the king of hell soon realized that the commander had betrayed him, planning to use the stone to rule all three worlds, heaven, earth, and hell. The commander used Li to ensure that the gods wouldn't suspect him. The King of Hell warns Lee that tomorrow is the ritual day. If Lee doesn't stop the commander, his lover, the Snow Demon, will die. In order to help, the King of Hell gives Lee full powers. Now, knowing the truth, Lee returns to his village to expose the commander. He tells everyone about the commander's betrayals, how he stole souls to become a god of the three worlds. But the villagers refuse to believe him. "The commander is our god," they shout. Suddenly, the commander appears, and the villagers bow down to him. But Lee doesn't. He shouts at the commander, calling him the one who stole their souls. The villagers ignore Lee, so he tries to attack the commander. The commander vanishes and attacks Lee. The villagers turn on Lee and attack him as well. In frustration, Lee transforms into his demon form and shouts, "Don't believe him." The commander attacks Lee with his soldiers, but the Snow Demon arrives just in time to create a snowstorm and take Lee to safety. However, Lee's anger continues to grow. His rage becomes so intense that even the sea shatters. The Snow Demon tries to calm him down, but Lee runs across the sea. The Snow Demon follows, freezing the water to stop him, but Lee doesn't stop. At that moment, a single drop of her tear falls into Lee's eye. Immediately, Lee calms down and collapses into her lap, falling asleep. When Lee wakes up, the Snow Demon is gone. He knows she's going to confront the commander. Meanwhile, the commander uses the souls he's collected to perform a ritual to become more powerful and take over all three worlds. The Snow Demon arrives and uses her powers to stop the ritual, but the commander retaliates. They fight fiercely, and at one point, the Snow Demon throws the glowing stone into the sky. As she tries to catch it, the commander traps her in a magical triangle shield. She struggles to break free, but the commander casts another spell, freezing her inside the shield. Lee arrives at the village, but the villagers try to stop him. In his demon form, he blasts through the soldiers and enters the village. When he sees his lover trapped, his anger boils over. "How dare you imprison my lover?" he shouts. Lee transforms again into his demon form and beats the commander mercilessly, like washing clothes. The commander, unable to handle Lee's fury, casts a spell to shield himself with a magical triangle. Lee tries to break it, and the commander believes he can't. But with the memory of his lover in his heart, Lee breaks the shield with his full power. He shatters it into pieces and uses his weapon to cut the commander's body in two. With the commander dead, the Snow Demon is freed from the magical shield. She falls into Lee's arms, but it's too late. She's dying. Before she dies, she asks him, "Will you still love me, even though I'm a demon?" Lee cries out in anguish, but as the Snow Demon vanishes, he is left heartbroken. The glowing stone then returns to Lee's hand, and all the stolen souls are released and returned to their rightful owners. The villagers, seeing this, begin to worship Lee as a god. But Lee only thinks of his lost love. God comes to Lee and offers him a peaceful life in heaven. But Lee refuses. "I don't want peace in heaven. My place is in hell," he says, and he falls into the hell's underworld. And that's the end of the story. Hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching.